Hi, welcome to the second video on this channel. Thanks for all the encouragement last time. It's great to see some enthusiasm for a YouTube channel dedicated to Interrupt-CPC demos, which I'm hoping this what this will become. Hopefully the audio setup is a bit better this time round, and that will be good. This week I'm looking at a Robots PD Disk 18202 or 18202, which was titled Logon System Collection 1. It's got two sides. Amazing demos on the second side. First side is a bunch of smaller demos. So let's just get straight into that. So, I'm pretty sure demo 1 seems like a good place to start. Let's run demo 1. So Logon System were a group from France. I mean, I don't know much of the details. A lot of the people on the scene are, well, a lot. Some of the people on the scene are still around, actually, in the CPC world. So maybe at some point we should do like a deep dive into some of these groups. Logon System and the demo was probably one of the first demos I became aware of in the UK and in magazines. I've done a YouTube short that shows the article that I first came across that and got excited about demos. So Logon System have this sort of mythical status, I guess, in my mind, mostly through the demo. So these are some earlier ones. Just interesting to see how it developed. I think this is earlier anyway, so we'll see. So Logon, nice logo at the top. It's a 4-color logo, so mode 1, nicely shaded. Really, what I think is really interesting to start off with this, because I know Logon from the demo, which is probably one of the most polished, crisp, complete, well put together demos. So I notice here that the raster bars that we've got scrolling, I mean, that we see that pattern in many other demos in places, but this is really crisp. It's solid. There's no like sort of offset at some point on the screen. It is just perfect. It's nice. Nice picture here. That's really cool. Cool picture. Interesting scroll. Lots of colors to it. The wobbling obviously makes it impossible to read mostly, but I think that wobbling's a hardware effect where it just sort of wiggles a register at those points on the thing, and it just does a micro offset. I'm guessing that's what's going on, probably with a software scroll. Maybe a software scroll, because it's quite a small portion of the screen. But nice little starting point. So next, what have we got? Demo 2. Taking a bit longer to load, this one. Wow. Okay, that might be why. There's a lot more graphics. To this. Yes, so this is an overscan. Yeah, as I say, it says full graphic screen without border overscan. Music coming from Rampage game, so another cracked tune. And this is all mode zero graphics. Nice. Now demos 3 and 4 are now ready with horizontal and vertical color bands and very high resolution screens. So I mean, this is a mode zero picture, but it covers the entire, including the borders of the screen, which is really good. Nice. I like the Logon logo here actually, even though because it's on a mode 0 screen and it's sort of in the middle, it can't be as high resolution as it might want, so it's still mode 0, but it looks nice. Cool. So that was demo 2. Demo 3, we've had a preview of something about vertical and horizontal color bands. Ooh, nice. So we've got that same set of raster bars, colors and things that we've seen quite a lot of. It's covering a reasonable amount of the screen actually. There's a good chunk. And then this horizontal thing. That's fascinating because I know that well, I'm pretty sure you can't do that as an interrupt, but it's doing the same thing but horizontally, and you can't change the raster beam that fast, so there must be something else going on here. I'm really not quite sure, because it takes up the full screen. I could have imagined maybe there's like a color palette or something and some almost like an animated thing that's duplicated, like a changing pattern that's then duplicated down the screen lots of times, but that seems like it might interfere with the drawing of the raster, the horizontal bars. So yeah, this is really intriguing. I'm gonna have to puzzle a bit more about that, because I'd love to be able to do an effect like that. Yeah, nice. If there's anything more to this one, no, that's it. But it's a really nice effect. So that was demo 3. We seem to be missing a demo 4. I don't know if that is a deliberate thing, whether it was called something different, but we've got a demo 5, so we'll go on to that one. Right, back to the familiar raster bars and colors. High resolution logo. And then what's this mode? That sounds like a challenge. So one of the things that I think is interesting about that is that the what part of this is the colours in there are changing, and the raster bars are sort of moving around on it. So I don't know if there's something extra special going on there. That's interesting. I'm not sure I can puzzle that out. I mean, the rest of it is all mode 2. Definitely mode 2. Logo, scrolling text, that's mode 2. And the cat's jogging there. Okay. That's what they're doing, clearly. Those images, that's all mode 2 with this raster bar and slow scroll. Which I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a software scroll. It's pretty smooth in mode. Oh no, it speeds up. So in mode 2, every bit within each display byte represents an individual pixel on and off. So you have to sort of cycle the data through those bits to get it to scroll, and that takes quite a lot of time. So I don't know if that is actually a hardware scroll to get the. You got a processing time for the big block of raster bars at the top, and then you've got some music, and then you've got to do this scroll as well. So it's quite possible that's a hardware scroll. I appreciate the fact that it speeds up and slows down, because most of the fast ones are impossible to read. I mean, they were hard to read on the real machine. They don't seem to translate particularly well when they're emulated. Which actually, by the way, people did ask about whether I was running these on real hardware or emulated. I'm running them on an emulator, but with a monitor shader on it, so I think it looks pretty close to what I get on a real Amstrad. I do still have my Amstrad CPC 6128. It's a CRTC1 type, which means that not all the demos actually will run on it. So having an emulator's benefit there. I can be at my machine recording the screen, doing that. I'm doing it at 50 frames per second to try to get the best quality video and the most faithful representation I can get. And generally it seems okay, so I'm pleased with that. Right, so we get a chance to move on to Longshot. Nice. Yeah, this is nice. This is starting to get something of the polish that the demo had, really. In fact, I'm pretty sure that font at the bottom is in the scroller in the demo. Interesting additional characters in the font, but this is full screen, overscan, or at least close to it. Mode 2, all of that is mode 2, highest resolution you can get. And one of the things I do like about mode 2, which is really being used well in this, is the fact that you can, by changing the colours behind in the background, using the raster bars, you can have a dark colour that is sort of highlighted like a silhouette. So you've got a silhouetted logo at the top, the Logon thing, and then you've got these eyes in the middle, and they're both being sort of highlighted by the raster bars that are done behind. So that's really nice. A real colourful set of raster bars at the top, just scrolling through. So that's changing many times across the screen. Again, rock solid. There's no funny offsets or anything there, so that looks really nice. And then this next section with the eyes, that's where there is an offset on each line. It's just offset by quite a small amount actually, so it's just offset a little bit. But again, really stable, really nice. Great set of colours. Brilliant. So, and now we're going to look at Revolution demo, I think. Right. Another big scroll. Again in mode 2, so very high resolution. Logon System bit scrolling along underneath. Nice music. Like, it's a bit slower to get going, this. Definitely a thing with some demos, where don't want to show all the tricks in one go, but then it means you've just got to sit through and wait for it to build and build and build. And sometimes that works really well, and sometimes you just, oh, come on, just get to the interesting stuff. There's a nice vertical scroll going on there, which I don't think I've really seen much of so far. So that's nice. You've got some different colours appearing in that. You've got the raster bars behind it, giving a different background colour. It says the music comes from the Atari ST. So yeah. So I seem to remember this was a big thing with the demo actually, that they managed to convert a lot of music from the Atari ST, and that music was coming through in without any seemingly without any translation. I think the chips are slightly different, but not different enough that that's an impossible task. So that might explain why it sounds really, really good. It was just better than people were able to do for the Amstrad generally on the Amstrad or for games. So it's very nice. And now we've got the vertical scrolling with Longshot's name, who's the author of this. He's still around on the scene. Has a compendium of CRTC tricks that detail every register and everything that would allow you to control this as we see on the screen here. So that's great. I find it really hard to understand. I've had a read of it, but one day maybe I'll be able to use some of it to do some demos. So yeah, this is a nice little intro. Brilliant. So that is the first side of collection Logon System collection number 1 from Robot PD 18202. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and that I will do the second side in a second video, I think, and that is amazing demo, which was came on the second side of this set of discs. As always, comment, get involved. If you've got your own observations, you think actually how a trick's done, then just add to the comments, and let's see and enjoy. Look forward to seeing you in the next demo and getting your feedback and hearing what you enjoy, what you'd like to see. Cheers.